Alright guys, so today we're going to be doing a different video and we're here with...
Hello! I am... Total Dino.
Yes! Special guest for this video. So we're going to be doing, you don't actually know the topic yet, so we're actually going to be looking at... We're going to be looking at some unanswered Five Nights at Freddy's questions that I have and probably some of you might have. Some of these might already have been answered, but we'll see.
Alright, sounds good.
Alright, so the first one is... So we're going to start with FNAF 1 is, why is Freddy ripping his head off in that one picture? I think this one is basically just because it's, I've got to get that picture up for you. So, you know how in like, I think it's the, is it the West Hall? Yes, the West Hall corner, and how Freddy, he's like ripping off his head.
That's an interesting question, I actually never thought of it before. I've just kind of accepted that it was there.
This one right here. Oh, you can't really see that. I've got to get a better picture for you.
That's alright.
Why can I not find this picture? It's gonna be right there.
I can pull it up on my laptop, I reckon.
I got it right here. I got it right here. This one.
Yeah, that's
So what do you think he's doing? And you can, it's like you can kind of see. You can't really see this on. You can't see this because it's like the. But you can see like the stitching or like the fur like on the part of his jaw. It's like being ripped as well. And his eyes, it kind of looks like the kid's eye. It looks like, you know how in there's a rare death screen with Freddy and he's got like the weird blood eyes.
Yeah.
Like that one, and kind of like how it is in the game over screen. It's kind of like that, but then it's also isn't at the same time. So what do you think? What do you think this is?
I mean, it could be him trying to replace some broken parts.
Could be.
I don't really know, to be fair.
And he's also missing an eye in this as well.
Yeah, that's a bit interesting. I think maybe, I don't know.
I think it's just like the kid trying to free itself. That's all I can think of. This, you can't even see like the endoskeleton head, but it's probably just inside like the upper part of his head. That's why his eye's there, because that eye's probably part of the endoskeleton. Unless it's the kid's eye, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, well, the kids did get stuff in the.
I mean, I think that's the endoskeleton neck there. Is that the endoskeleton neck? I don't know. Probably is. Looks like it.
Could it be the kid's eyes? I don't think so, because...
It'd be much smaller, because Mike's eyes in there.
I remember, like, the hair barely being visible in some of the photos shown, where it's explaining how William Afton had stuffed the kids in the first animatronic suits. Even in some of the books, it shows like the hair barely being visible for anyone.
Yeah, it probably is. Yeah. Thinking about it, it probably isn't. It probably represents the kid's eye, maybe, but it's probably not the actual kid's eye because they're tiny. Yeah, and even the game over screen, it's like his eyes are popping out. It's like not.
It could be like when his soul is like taking control of the robot, both his eyes are like activated, but when it's the robot taking control, it's only one eye. I'm not really sure.
Could be. And yeah, I think, so like in the backstage in the game over, like the eyes, Mike's eyes is like popping out of the front of the mask, and they're tiny, so yeah, that's definitely the animatronics eyes, but it probably represents like the human eye, I believe.
It could be something like that.
We'll go on to the next unanswered question is, about Golden Freddy. Why is he so ghostly? This has probably been answered already and already theorized. But...
I believe, Golden Freddy is the one that hit the bite of 83. Am I correct? So
is he Fredbear is the thing? Is he, or is he not is he not Fredbear is the thing? That's the question.
I believe it was actually Golden Freddy, and I also theorized that when William Afton had seen his son get into the coma by it, he was consumed by rage and had actually destroyed the robot to the point where he had no endoskeleton, and that is why you kind of see like Golden Freddy limping in the corner all the time, completely destroyed.
So you're saying he doesn't have an endoskeleton?
No, because you always see him limping in the corner, not able to move.
Well, actually,
sort of that same crouch position.
Let me get out the picture.
Animatronics are kind of moving and roaming around. You never really see Golden Freddy.
Let's see. Do I have this picture of him? Yeah, because you can. But the thing is, you can kind of see in this picture here. You can kind of see like what looks like the endoskeleton, but then people are saying it could be just what holds the suit together.
yeah, sort of like a wire, like a big metal wire rod in between his two arms.
And
But
see, and you've
if it
also
was-
in FNAF 2 you can see it through his feet quite clearly as well.
Yeah, but it's, I guess, maybe more the upper endoskeleton, like his, like, from his chest to his head, is kind of non-existent, I guess. It looks kind of hollow in there.
Yeah.
But I suppose that is just a theory I've come up with.
So if you're saying his endoskeleton isn't in there, where is it? Is the thing. That's also something we haven't really
Well, maybe-
found out. If it even is missing.
Maybe it is the endo from, like, FNAF 2, whenever he tries to get in the vents, you know?
Yeah, it could be that one.
We don't really know where he comes from.
He's near the prize corner. When he leaves, so he's probably somehow related to the puppet. Maybe I don't really know.
Well, the puppet did give all of them life, didn't he? So
Could
I guess
be.
it makes sense that he'd also give life to Golden Freddy.
Could be.
And in the happiest day of FNAF 3, he does take that life too when the souls are finally set free. So maybe there's something connected with that.
Could be. I've also been hearing people say that it was the endoskeleton in the backstage, but I think that's just like a spare endoskeleton. I don't think that's his.
Yeah, it's probably not an active one at least anyway.
Alright, on the FNAF 2, we're gonna be looking at you know in the party room 4 there's like the paper plates, there's Bonnie, Freddy, and then there's this other guy. Who is that? Who do you think that is?
Bonnie, Freddy, and which one are you talking about? The one on the right or the left?
The left, the very left one, this dude, the one with the more human one.
Well,
It-
if I'm gonna be honest, the one in the middle kind of looks like Shadow Bonnie.
Could be Shadow Bonnie? Could be.
I think the one in the corner,
That's Freddy.
that's definitely Freddy on the right.
Because he's brown, he's definitely brown. The other one's more purple. I think it's the older and the originals. Because they got the
could
buttons.
be. It
But-
kind of looks like the bear from the original, like the like dog-shaped bears and all that from the original. But
Alright, we're not talking about Bonnie and Freddy. We're talking about this dude. Who's this dude?
yeah, I mean, it has a big mouth, so you can only assume it's Chica, but she's got no other features. I wouldn't really.
But if it was
I mean,
Chica, they'd be doing like a beak. They'd probably be
Yeah,
doing like
I mean-
the bib at least.
We're also gonna
And
explain that it has 3 buttons on it. So if we have an animatronic with 3 buttons, it could more likely be that.
and like you can see, it's definitely not Chica 100% because it's got like the red arms and like the blue.
Yeah, well the other two have like black.
Yeah, people used to say it was Balloon Boy, but then also people also because he's like got the smile. He does have blue and he does have blue and red on him. But the thing is, he's not striped. He doesn't have the propeller. He doesn't
That
have.
is an interesting thing. While the other two have like.
And
ears
if it
with
was
rabbit
Balloon Boy,
ears.
why is it Balloon Boy?
I mean, Balloon Boy was kind of not really. Is he really a crucial part of the FNAF 2?
Yeah, that's the thing. He's probably just some side character. They're not really-
It's probably just something like that kids go to, like parties and hang out with for.
So who do you think this is?
I don't really see him being like a model figure as the FNAF 2 Enterprise sort of made him out to be. He's kind of just on the sidelines, right?
Yeah.
But
The thing is,
many of the kids would know
in
him
the
first.
FNAF 3 mini games in BB's Air Adventure, he does have a red shirt and he has like the red sleeves. I'm gonna say he has the red sleeves, and he also has the blue pants. So it kind of reflects that, but I think that's just coincidence.
That is true, but again, with the 3 buttons, I don't really see Balloon Boy having 3 buttons like
He has
torso,
2, but he doesn't have 3. So who do you think this is?
something else.
Do you have any idea?
Look, not really.
I think it's probably just some random kid. I don't know why. It's because
It could be just drawings of kids that they've made and they've stuck
yeah, it's
up.
probably just some kid who wanted to make himself. I don't know why. It could be maybe someone like maybe even Cassidy. But I doubt it because I don't even know if he had that part of the story figured out.
Still though, it is an interesting topic to bring up because not many people I don't think have thought about this before, and that's
Yeah, not at least not recently.
Kinda where we're
They
aiming.
used to think about this all the time back in the day, but not recently. Alright, let's go on the next one, which is in the prize corner. There's this shadow right here. You see it?
Yeah, that's true.
Who do you think that is?
Well, that could be back leading back to where we were talking before, the endoskeleton. We've never really seen much of him, other than the secret Easter egg where he goes into the vents. But other than that, we don't really know where he hides. I don't think it's
The
guess
thing
the one
is,
that you saw
when the
before.
endoskeleton is there, I'm pretty sure the actual he's there. If the shadow is still there. Yeah, it is. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's it. It's still there. So it's not the
That is
endoskeleton. It
true.
can't be. But when the puppet rises up,
Unless
it's,
he's hidden in a dark spot. Unless he's hidden in like a dark spot where the corner is hidden. Like,
people keep
completely
saying
off.
it's the balloons. I really don't know what that is. And when the
That is a
puppet
good
rises
question.
up, it's gone. When the puppet rises up, it's just gone. So it might be, it might be this the little. This is a bit of quite a stretch, but it could be that little thing that pulls them up, maybe. But I doubt it. It doesn't look like it.
Like the hook wire.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be like, I don't really see the puppet being able to fit in that box perfectly, and it comes out
It's
straight.
curled
too.
up in like this. Like in Help Wanted, they made him curl up, so I assume that's how he is inside.
Well, I mean, it could be extra parts of like under the present where the puppet is mechanical parts.
I doubt it. Why would they have random parts in the middle?
Yeah, I'm not really sure.
It could be
I
a
mean-
present. The only other thing I can think of is like it's like a chair. Like there's like say there's like a party table nearby, and it's like the shadow of a chair. But that's like the only thing I can really think of. But then in every single party room, there's like no chairs, so I doubt it.
You know, I'm actually interested about a question too I have. Why is there two pictures on the like behind the present where the puppet appears
Yeah.
of the puppet where it's one's open and the other is him giving a present? Because
It's a.
from what I heard, the puppet kind of malfunctioned after taking Charlie and kind of just like sort of disappeared.
I don't understand what the hell you mean by that, because I've never heard of that before.
I've heard that a couple rumors somewhere like that.
I heard that it broke down because of the rain, I'm pretty sure. When it clung.
Charlie's soul, it kind of like flopped and laid on top of her.
Yeah,
right?
because that's because of the rain.
Right, so
Are
does
you,
that confirm my suspicions that someone knew how the puppet acted after, maybe, or before?
I think it was probably Henry that discovered the puppet and the dead body. So he probably
Because
knew.
nobody-
He probably somehow knew that Charlie was like possessed by, or the puppet was possessed by Charlie. So something like that.
Yeah, but also you see the puppet jumping out of the present, but I've never seen it do any of that before. Before it was dead. So that begs to differ. How did the kids know that happened? And it only happens when it's active at night, or at least that's what I've seen.
I'd assume
So-
this it's jumping out and giving presents. I assume that's like the animatronic in it just doing its job because they don't really have that much of a behavior in the day. I would say at least at the point in time those were drawn.
But
Unless-
wasn't the puppet made to be like a security guard?
Originally, I don't think this one is, but then I think they repurposed it. I would assume. All right, let's just go on the next one before we dive too much into it.
forget about that. He kind of brought it up, you know.
All right, so the second one is Mangle's second head. So you know how Mangle has like the second head.
Yes.
What is that
Yes.
second head? What is it?
Well, I've heard from a lot of things. I think that could be just an endo head.
Just a
Right.
random endoskeleton?
I think so, because Mangle is meant to be, as it says, a mangle of tons of different animatronics.
It's just mangled up.
Look, I think Mangle was meant to be its own animatronic at one point, but then they kept taking it apart and replacing bad bits for other animatronics. You know, like using it to repair the other animatronics that were more important, and eventually it just became Mangle.
It was the kids that somehow kept pulling it apart, so they had to put them back together. But then the
In
thing,
different ways. I don't.
yeah, but the thing is, also like Mangle has like an extra like endoskeleton foot as well. You can't really see it,
Yeah.
but they have an extra foot. So where the hell did that come from?
I've heard of a variety of different like theories about Mangle. Like one that it's possessed by a kid's spirit, the other that it's possessed by like Susie's dog.
Could be. That's a
I've
strange
heard,
theory.
and that's how Afton moves.
I heard apparently like Susie didn't even have a dog. I've heard, but I
I
don't.
don't
think
even know. There's tons of different theories out there, but for now, all that remains is that Mangle is Mangle. Okay.
So what is the
something
second head?
that-
You think it's just a random head?
Yeah, honestly, there's so many animatronic parts going and flying around the room. It could be just something random, or it could be like
The main
animatronics
extra
need
parts is
replacements.
it's
and
just
they're
the
kind of
leg.
just, like stripped.
It's just like, how did it get that extra leg and how did it get the head? That's the main thing.
Well, the thing is, we don't really know Mangle's original design anyway.
I mean, we got the merch and we got FNAF World, and both of those didn't have like a third leg or a what's it called? Or a parrot. That's what some people used to say it was.
You're right.
I heard another theory saying it was actually like the cupcake, because that also has a golden eye.
True. But the thing is, we never really knew Mangle's original design fully, right? So we don't really know what that head, even if it was there at the start, would have been purposeful anyway.
I doubt it was.
I doubt, yeah, honestly, probably.
So then if it was, how did it get there in the first place is the thing. If it wasn't originally part of it, which is pretty likely along with that foot, how did it get in there?
The toys were repurposed too, right? The toys were meant to be, they don't really have spirits possessing them. Some say, others say they do. Most say
I think it is, because in the mini game it has like the dead bodies and like, so I'm pretty sure it is.
I don't really know, but from what I've known, toys, the reason they were active at night is because they never really got a proper night function. Though.
Yeah, that's what Phone Guy said, but that could be just what he thinks.
So they see anyone without a Freddy mask, especially aggressive towards
a Freddy suit, because they think he's an endoskeleton apparently.
Yeah, and so maybe they've seen Mangle and accidentally thought like their AI bugged again. And they've tried stopping an endo on Mangle, and that's ended up happening. The kids had pulled him apart because they didn't recognize him.
Oh, that could be.
So if the kids pulled him apart, and the animatronic
I
AI
doubt that's true, but
recognize him anymore.
Also, another thing people were trying to say, another thing people were trying to say is, how can kids tear huge, like pretty heavy pieces of metal out of pull parts of Mangle off? Because those metal bits probably stuck on their hard, so it must have been Mangle must have not been made pretty well.
Look, I mean, there's always a possibility of a gorilla kid, you know?
Probably some strong kids, but they must have somehow did it, because like there's like the photos of like photos of like the kids like pulling it apart, so it must be.
The only thing I could imagine them doing is like throwing a chair at it, but I don't think anyone would do that anyway. That like possessed over like trying to destroy Mangle, that they would do that. I don't know. But either way, he got put apart, and my theory is that the animatronic AI, after like him seeing him get pulled apart, didn't recognize him anymore, tried to stuff an actual endo suit on him, and that's what ended up happening, and that's how he got his third foot, and his
oh yeah, that could be something. You could be onto something. I don't know though. I had another thought, which is that this second head could be Golden Freddy's head, maybe, but I think that's a bit of a stretch. Because if we agree that you still say you think he doesn't have an endoskeleton, but say if he does, like at least like everything except the head, maybe it's completely broken and damaged, which is say it got like ripped off or something, and it got damaged somehow. The head came off, and it somehow got separated with Mangle. So then that somehow got onto Mangle. And that's why Golden Freddy's damaged.
Maybe after, because if Mangle does have an AI too, maybe after he destroyed by the kids, Mangle had found his way to the parts and service room and tried repairing himself.
Oh, maybe. I doubt it though, because they don't go.
I doubt it, but it is a possible theory.
It's a possibility.
This is the theory.
I mean, I'm sure you guys watching this, you probably think, what are you idiots talking about? It's X and Y. Obviously, you idiots. This is just some speculation. We haven't.
We've never really looked into this before, like, it's just our own thoughts and speculation, really.
Yeah.
It's just us making fun of it.
Alright, we should move on,
Trying to figure it out, yeah.
But before I mention it, before I say it 100% is Golden Freddy, the thing is, in FNAF AR, he actually does have like the endoskeleton head and the eyes. Apparently he does have eyeballs as well, but I think that's just because Illuminix just reused his model as well. And apparently he does have eyes in there, but it's just really hard to see because of the lighting. And maybe he even does has the head in there, but it's just hard to see. That's at least for the FNAF 1 version at least. FNAF 2's I doubt has one at all.
And maybe that's how Mangle again got his head, because it's missing. But yeah, more speculation.
And the eyes as well.
Mangle could be an explanation of why his eyes are golden there, because it's come from Golden Freddy himself.
Yeah. But what is Fredbear's eye color? What is it? It probably is somewhere, but I don't even know. But also the eye, there's the Mangle's eye, you know how Mangle's missing an eye, and also the second head's missing an eye?
That's true. Maybe
people
Mangle got both his eyes ripped out and he's replaced it with one of his eyes.
But the thing is, people used to say the second head's eye was Mangle's other eye. But the thing is, when Mangle's in the kid's code, you can see how
His eye is white.
you can see the eye next to him on the floor. There's an eye. It looks like it's fallen out of Mangle's head. But the thing is, there is like an eye in there, but it's just black. So I would just say it's like been damaged, or would just Mangle change the eyes or something. So I'm gonna say that is their second endoskeleton's eye. That's what I'm gonna say. I used to think it was Mangle's other eye, but I think Mangle's eye is just in there, but it's just changed color because you can see it in there. I'm pretty sure.
And also, what happened to the rest of Mangle's actual like metal body?
I'm pretty sure it's
Most
still
of
there.
endo now, but you can still see like parts of his feet and his face is obviously covered in actual metal, right?
I'm pretty sure it's still there, but like the shots in game, it's really hard to see. But say we go in like FNAF AR or something, or in this like screenshot in Help Wanted, that's it there, I think. And you can also see this ball thing.
Section. I don't really know that.
You can see this ball thingy as well. People didn't know what that is, but I'm pretty sure that's just like the tail. Because that's what it. There is one in Help Wanted, and it's pink in Help Wanted, but that's why just some inconsistency. But I'm pretty sure it's white in FNAF AR.
Oh well, alright. So, we're gonna move on to the next one?
Yep. We've been talking on this for way too long. This is gonna be a long video, guys. So the next one is, we're gonna go on to FNAF 3, which is, I couldn't really think of many, but what is the Golden Cupcake? Because you know in one of the rooms, in Cam 4, the hallway, it's usually this is the same camera when Phantom Mangle appears. It's usually a picture of Toy Bonnie, but then it can switch sometimes to a regular cupcake or a golden cupcake. So what is the Golden Cupcake? What's its purpose? What do you think?
Interesting. Well, we do know that FNAF 3 doesn't have any other animatronics other than the Phantoms, which aren't animatronics, and Springtrap himself, which is the only animatronic there.
Is he an animatronic? He's a dead person technically, but whatever.
I mean, he's sort of both, really.
Yeah.
His body sort of merged with...
merged with it. Because the Springlocks got the endo, it winds back the endoskeleton,
I mean,
and snapped on him.
He had metal bars go through his throat, so... Anyway. Enough about that.
What is the Golden Cupcake?
We know it can't be Chica's, or at least a normal Chica animatronic.
Yeah, because she's got
if it was, it'd be a normal colour. So that begs the differ, what is the golden one doing there?
Yeah, it doesn't...
Right?
It doesn't have to be exactly related to Fazbear's Fright. It could just be something from one of the other locations.
Well, Fazbear's Fright is meant to be a horror entertainment area, right?
It's a hallucination, probably, so...
Well, from what I've heard, it was like years after...
30 years after.
Yeah, it was, pretty much 30 years after William Afton being trapped in there. They moved into a new location, and it was meant to be a horror attraction, right?
Yep.
And they'd even stated that they'd managed to find one of the old animatronics.
Yes, they found one, a real one.
That being Springtrap.
Yep.
Right? But they've also included all types of masks you see from like FNAF 1 and 2.
You see Bonnie,
and all those,
Chica, Foxy's
even
head.
like the Foxy mask you can see on the wall. But that could be just kids' drawings from the old locations.
Yes.
Unless they've never seen that area before, and they've just kind of rotated between the three. Yeah, there you go, there's Foxy's mask there. But, yeah, I'm not really sure, too sure about that one. That could be a symbol to Cassidy, maybe.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
You know, like,
because you know,
like,
apparently it has something, like, people were saying it has some ties to, like, the 5th cupcake in... Is it a 5th cupcake? I think in... is there a 5th cupcake in... I haven't played Chica's party game minigame in a while, but it probably has something to do with that.
Yeah, it could be like, I don't know.
Represents
like
Cassidy / Golden Freddy / the 5th
yeah, like,
kid.
trying to, like, keep him in there.
Probably
and,
that.
Like, well, we know he sets Fazbear Fright on fire, does he not?
It probably was him.
No, it was Michael Afton, I think.
I don't know. We never know. We just know there's a fire. That's all we know. We're not sure. We're not even sure if the Night 3 guy was Michael. We don't even know if it was.
I'm pretty sure it was Michael Afton.
It's speculated it was, but it's not 100% confirmed.
Because he was also, remember, Springtrap was also a lot more aggressive when he went to the guard area. So
But yeah, he's probably just trying to get out somehow. Can he get out? I don't really know. Why doesn't he just leave the building?
At Michael for the killing his son.
I think it's like something like he can't leave. Probably something like, something about like the animatronics being programmed to not leave. So that probably part of the animatronics control probably got merged with him. So maybe he burnt the building down, so then he could leave. Maybe.
I think he was also found in an alleyway not too far from there, though, wasn't he?
I'm pretty sure he rebuilt himself. That's why he looks weird in FNAF 6.
Yeah, scrap trap.
And then apparently, I think it was like Henry called. He used probably some signal to like call out the animatronics.
Sure
that's why they were all in the back alley.
What I've heard is that the scrap trap was like meant to be like him and Henry's, or either him and Henry's or him and Michael's original Spring Bonnie design.
Probably. We really don't know.
And then he's gone. Maybe it's like his old house or something. In the meantime.
Old house? No, it's gotta be like just some. He probably just found it somewhere.
Maybe he's gone to like his old base of operations. Let's just say, gotten that, even though it was heavily damaged, and just swapped it out. You know?
Yeah, his design is really inconsistent. So don't worry about the design because, like, one he's got his all like weird rotten flesh. Next he's all bone. Next he's got his flesh back. Or is he flesh in security breach? I really don't know. Alright, let's move on.
Yeah, let's just.
Alright, so in FNAF 4, the box. What do you think's in the box?
Well, I mean, it could be exotic butters.
Could be.
We never know. I mean, that comes up as a reward quite often nowadays, doesn't it? But,
people...
Look,
like,
a dead child is what I think a lot of people have speculated. It seems to fit it. It's got 2 locks on it. And I think there's been some, like, hints towards it before as well.
I've heard people say that it's not even canon to the series, but it's like people saying that Scott just wants to lock away Fun Nights at Freddy's and just give up on it. He wanted the series to end.
In other words, a metaphor of him just like ending it completely.
Could be, yeah.
Well, I mean, that could also be a possibility. It's never, I guess it's never been mentioned before, has it?
Yep. He said he would never. Scott said he would never reveal what is inside. Whatever it is, it's probably not even important. It's probably not even maybe. It's probably not even relevant at all because what could be in it? Because if we don't even know what's in it, it's probably not important, right? Maybe.
I suppose maybe for like the Silver Eyes series or something like that, you might be able to find out.
I read that and there was like nothing to do with the box in it. It was just like, or Afton, or murdering kids, all that. Exploring the old location. I think was Balloon Boy. I think he was even in one of the books. Balloon Boy. I don't know why. I can remember that.
What was I'm pretty sure Afton's name was like changed to like Dave Miller or something to get his like identity.
Dave. I don't know where that name. I think it was a fan name, maybe.
No, I'm pretty sure it's in the books.
Oh yeah, maybe it was it. Oh no, it was an alter ego or something. Oh, it was like his his code name or whatever, his fake name. I think that's what it was.
It was his fake name, I'm pretty sure, and I'm pretty sure in the book area he killed the missing children because of his family, whereas like he couldn't cope with the loss of his family. Whereas in the games, he's killed them all because he wants to be immortal.
I'm pretty sure. I thought that's how it was in the books as well. Because I'm pretty sure. Spoilers for the books, guys. I'm pretty sure like in one of the books, I think maybe it's in one of the books, he creates like this giant amalgamation, kind of like the Blob, where it's like all the kids' spirits and they're all confused. Because he's trying to like, apparently he like moves himself piece by piece to a new body somehow. Alright, let's move on.
Then again, we've also got freaking Fazgoo, right? So it doesn't really matter.
Let's move on.
Kind of goes. I mean, you know, isn't Fazgoo meant to be like a clone of yourself, an exact replica? And I mean, if that's the direction we're going towards.
Alright, let's move on. Let's not get into the book stuff. We're going too deep again. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, it's just.
Alright, so next one, we're gonna take a detour, kind of a detour to FNAF World. Who do you think Deskman was? He said he's the creator of the baby and he regrets what he's done.
The creator of the baby?
Yeah, creator of baby.
Wouldn't that be William Afton then? Because
yeah, but he has regrets. The thing is, he has regrets. He's in the flip side, which is an alternate side to the somehow canon, the real world.
Then it's definitely, I'd say definitely William Afton, because you see in this location that he says he's built baby, and
but he made it with the purpose.
His design, but maybe his alter ego regrets building Baby because he maybe did kill children and he eventually killed.
Yeah, that's what I had something similar to that. I was saying that this is like the last bit of innocence that he had, like the good side of him. In the flip side, he's like he regrets what he's done, and the last bit of innocence is killed by Baby. That's what I think.
Yeah.
People are also saying that it's Scott because he says something because he says Decimated says something about a vicious cycle. All this goes one way, like how he's creating this location and how he says he's overworked and everything's a mess, and that's what he's.
That could definitely be Scott. You're right. There could be a hint to
He's probably he could be anything.
He could literally be anyone. He could be No.
People used to think he was Henry, but I don't think he's Henry because I don't think
he's Henry because Henry burned down to 6.
He didn't have anything to do with Afton Robotics. I'm pretty sure.
But he didn't have anything to do with this location either because wouldn't that also mean that he helped create killer robots?
Yeah.
Which I don't think he did unless he did it unknowledgeably, like unwillingly or unknowingly.
Yep.
I also don't think Henry knew much about this location, otherwise he probably would have sent Mangle there himself, whereas Afton himself sent Mangle there.
Yeah, he did it to like free Elizabeth, pretty sure, yeah.
Which means he still cared for Elizabeth somewhat, but if you read more into it, he kind of neglected her his whole life as well.
But the thing is,
he only cared for her once he started killing, when she started killing as well.
The thing is, he quote created it, he quote created Baby for her, but then he also you know how he wouldn't let her play with her because he knew she was gonna get killed, which ended up happening, and he shut down the rest the robotics thing. He shut it down. He blamed it on a gas leak, but he was apparently shut it down just so he can try and free Baby herself, but which didn't happen.
He shut it the day it opened, if I remember correctly.
Possibly, but I doubt it.
Wasn't a good opening then, was it?
I doubt it. Maybe it was. I don't know. Let's move on. Who do you think the suit in Night 4 sister location was? We discussed this ourselves a while ago, a little bit. So who do you think it is? Because Scott himself said he wouldn't reveal who it was, because he might save it for something, which I don't think is going to be happening since he's unfortunately left somewhat.
Did you pull up a picture of it?
That's it right there. That's it right there. The inside of it.
Oh, it is. Look, it could be. What I thought is it's a what's it called? It's one of Ballora's.
The mini arena.
Yeah, the mini arena. Because look, honestly,
like some version of it.
It's shown that we're all in the scooping room, right?
Yeah.
But while we'd be so close to Ballora and so like, I guess
it's a spring lock, so you got to remember as well.
That's true, but she's not. Ballora is also not aggressive towards the Minaretta, and she's not aggressive towards us when we're next to her, even though she's not really powered on. I guess she probably could have been at any point. She kind of just dies to Scuba, knowing that it was a part of the plan to get inside of Enid, I guess.
Alright.
And so that's why she kind of just, unless she didn't know you were there, because Ballora.
Alright, let's go back on topic. Who do you think this is? So you think it's the mini arena or something?
Yeah, I think it's the mini arena.
Some version of it.
Some weird version of it. It kind of has a facial structure, and when near Ballora.
Yeah, people also saying it kind of looked like a puppet. Could also be maybe even the security puppet, but I don't think it is. Some version of a security puppet. People said it was Funtime Chica, and it does sort of match, but it also doesn't match at all at the same time. Like the eyes,
yeah, but
the
why
beak.
would she have spring locks inside of her faceplate? That's the sort of.
We don't know.
You know? Like she has like 12 spring locks in front of her faceplate. I don't really think so, and it's hollow inside as well. So.
Some version of it. It could be an earlier design. Who knows?
It's showing that she has an endoskeleton in there.
It's not.
Right.
Well, I'm not saying it's the exact Funtime Chica, and it's just like some version of her, like
a shadow Funtime Chica.
Shadow Funtime. All right, let's move on. So I think we're gonna go second last thing, which is what franchise is like the mediocre melodies and like the rock sound animatronics from, and also like Funtime Chica and Music Man and El Chip. Like, do you think they have their own separate franchise, like their own off-brand, kind of like sister location?
I think that we know that Five Nights at Freddy's was bought off at some point, right? After the family died and shut down, it reopened a couple years later, but the FNAF franchise had been bought off. So maybe it's those original buyers that have started to like only just now start to recreate the animatronics, right? I feel like some of them that were in FNAF 6, I reckon those ones were probably created by Henry Emily, right?
So you think it's like he did that? He made them?
I think he did that, but I also think that like the mall, the Pizzaplex, I think that was created by the franchise.
Yeah, to cover up.
To cover up all the deaths, like try and start a new era.
Yeah, which didn't end up happening.
Like, what,
Thanks a lot, Steelwool. Okay, sorry, Steelwool. Alright.
So yeah, that's just my ideology.
Alright, so yeah, alright. We'll go on to the last one. And which is, who do you think this line from the security breach trailer comes from? Who do you think this is who says this?
You will do as I say. You will bring me what I want. And if you fail me, then you will. Both of you burn!
So who do you think that is?
Okay, I have two theories here. Maybe three. One, I think it's maybe Michael Afton, like his soul, if it is truly a part of like Glamour on Freddy.
But that,
Game theorist says he's finally gained his consciousness inside of Glamour Freddy. He's starting to shout, and he's like re-insinuating that he'll burn someone again, like in FNAF 3.
So you're saying that you're saying that the what he wants that he wants brought to him is Afton. You're saying.
I'm saying that, like, yeah, probably. He probably wants Afton brought to him, right? And he's re-insinuating that if he doesn't, he's not going to hesitate to burn the pizzeria like.
But he says you will, both of you. So who is he talking to? Is the thing.
I mean, it could be
Gregory and Vanny. I don't know.
No. I mean, another one.
I doubt it's Michael. Another
one could be like William, as like Burn Trap, saying that like. He's talking like maybe Vanny or the Phantoms.
The Phantoms? They're gone.
That's true. But then again, we've seen multiple people survive that shouldn't be, so...
yeah. So, my theory...
We don't really know the tone FNAF takes.
So, people used to say that this was Monty, but I don't know how... It doesn't say... I don't know if we had Monty's lines at the same time. He was saying it's Afton, but even though he's got a slightly different voice. I mean, he's voiced by the same person. I think Matthew Curtis did both. I know he did Burn Trap in this trailer. So I really don't know who this second person is. My theory was that my second theory was that it's the Blob, maybe. Like some really huge part of the game was cut. He talked. He's talking to Glamrock Freddy and Gregory. He wants Burn Trap. Or maybe Vanny, one of the two. Or maybe both.
It's a good thing, because Burn Trap is William Afton, or rather, it's probably the reason they all died in the first place, and that's the reason they're like that, unable to pretty much move at this.
Because I think it's possibly the Blob, because also he said burn, which is what's down there, or Henry's fire system that he used. So I think it could be that.
That's true. I don't really think it could be Monty or any other Glamrock.
Because who else would it be?
Yeah.
I think it's the Blob. I don't know who else it would be.
If it was the Blob, wouldn't have more than one voice like Enid does, how he can switch or rotate between each
I think Enid only used Baby's voice.
But
and some weird screeches.
More than one, right?
I don't know, possibly.
Maybe he just never did, or like he did, but we just never knew that as a character.
But then it could be but then it could be because in Molten Freddy, which is Enid, of course. Molten Freddy is Funtime Freddy using that's the lead. Molten Freddy is in, or Funtime Freddy's in the lead, leading all of them. But Circus Baby is in the lead of Enid. But then they kicked Baby out somehow. I don't know why. Was she still in Michael when Michael threw out Enid? When the body rejected Enid?
Look,
or
was
she kicked out?
It says that Baby was probably herself again, if you know what I mean. It says she doesn't know why she grabbed Elizabeth when she was in this location, but after that, she started feeling. I think she said she started feeling like she wasn't herself, or that she didn't really know what was happening. But I think that was sort of like half baby and like half Elizabeth's conscious.
'Cause I think-
after the soul had possessed her. But then we later find out that Elizabeth's soul is probably transferred into Enid, so it's baby by herself again now. And
that's
why
probably
she's
Elizabeth.
She's probably not as smart anymore, you know?
I think, yeah, I
She's
think,
probably not as self-aware.
I think baby in this location that we meet, I think she's got like the consciousness, or not really, part of it is Elizabeth. She remembers the event, but she remembers it from her view. So I don't think we're directly speaking to Elizabeth at that moment. But then later on, like in Pizzeria Simulator, Scrap Baby is like it's like both of them combined because Scrap Baby knows who her father is, which is and she thinks that Afton called her there to the location.
That is true, so he's probably got the consciousness of...
Alright, let's go back to the topic.
Yeah, we're getting like completely off
We
topic.
always do this. Sorry, guys.
We're just kind of like talking our minds off, you know?
Alright. So,
I mean, at least it'll be interesting though.
so you have any last thoughts on that?
No, I think I pretty much agree with what's been stated already. It's probably the blob.
Yeah, because in the first Freddy and Friends on tour, they tease like his tentacle. So I think because why would they tease something that is like barely, is honestly barely seen in like only one ending? Like why would they tease just that? Because I think he was gonna have like a big part in the game, but it was scrapped because of timing.
But then again,
It was gonna have a
if
larger
it was
ending.
the blob, hold on though. If it was the blob, wouldn't there be a bunch of souls combined? In which case,
I think one soul's in the lead,
Wouldn't-
maybe.
maybe.
Do you
one
think?
soul's
Alright, let's
lead,
start with. Alright, let's
but
continue with the
hold on,
basic
hold
thing.
on. I actually have a really controversial thought. It shows that the puppet is there as well, right?
Yes.
The puppet states that she isn't afraid of William anymore,
Yeah.
but she doesn't hate him either.
Yes.
So why would she purposely and forcibly want to burn him if she's kind of like the giver of life in the first place?
What do you mean by
That makes
burn
sense.
him? What do you mean by burn him?
Well, it says, I will burn both of you, right? Like, bring it to me.
Yeah,
or
but
I'll
the thing
burn
is,
both of you, right?
if Charlie's
What is she
Charlie's
wanting?
free. Same with Elizabeth. You know, in the blob,
does she want
all
me
the
to-
animatronics. Let me wait. Sorry, we're talking over each other. Sorry, but let me speak because this would be because both the puppet and Elizabeth's eyes they're off. So that's trying to I'm pretty sure that signifies that they're both free. But then the other animatronics' eyes they're all on. So I think their story's gone. They're gone from the story.
Well, yeah, they may have gone to heaven, but it's really a tough question. Maybe they've merged with some other animatronics, though, like
From
like
FNAF
how
AR.
it's- Yeah, like
Alright.
maybe Charlie's going to possess like the Night Marion or something. I don't know. That's not really. Yeah.
Alright.
it's just-
So I
Anyway.
think we're gonna end the video here. It's gone on for long enough.
Yes, it has.
Alright, we'll see you guys in that. We're gonna be doing part 2. So if you guys like, comment, like, subscribe, and you'll see that pretty long video again. Bye.